Night ride on the trail. Your Atlanta Falcons are sorry as hell. My Atlanta Falcons are sorry as hell. And we was going to be sorry as hell because we was still hiring the wrong people. This game, the Atlanta Falcons. As I have the replay playing right now, I'm playing the replay. I'm recording. I'm watching it over right now. At some point, you gotta stop as a fan base. Hold on, let's get to this straight to the reaction. See, I'm reacting to you, the fans. I'm reacting to these damn Falcons, and I'm reacting to just every goddamn thing. See, and I'm reacting to some of y'all content creators out here with the bullshit. Don't be. Let me start right there. Let's start there. We already know that this team a hot fucking mess. We already know that. That we already know. So let's skip over the Kirk Cousins can't move out the pocket like he need to. Let's skip over the offensive line being too injured or whatever the case. Let's skip over having all these injuries, and this is why the receiver core is the way it is. Mooney ain't a number one or a number two. David Seals is who he is because of who he is. That's why he dropped passes and shit. The same thing for Mooney. Kyle Pitts still can't go to him when you need to be able to go to him. It ain't all his fault. Zach Robinson don't know how to call up a goddamn play to save his damn life for Kyle Pitts in the middle of the field, for whatever the case is. And then let's skip over the defense and Jeff Ulbrich having questionable play calls, questionable defensive strategy in the second half. Let's skip over all that. You know why we're skipping over all that? Because it was expected. It was expected. It's your Falcons. These your Falcons. Expect to be disappointed. That way you're not disappointed. Expect disappointment when it comes to the Falcons. Why? Because Arthur Blank is your owner and he's incompetent at getting the right pieces in here to get the job done. Now, let's get into, we'll come back to all that. But first, I want to get into this. Why is so many people late to the party with this? It's so many, and especially content creators. See, I feel sorry for y'all fans. I feel sorry for the fans. I feel sorry for y'all. Because the content creators that y'all gonna tune into, that's been around for a long time, they came into this when there was hardly anybody watching. There was hardly anybody not watching, but there was hardly anybody doing Falcon content. There was hardly anybody doing it. It was a very, very minute number of content creators out here covering the Falcons, giving y'all reaction content, giving y'all content. It was very so this is what everybody migrate to now. They migrate to people that just they give their takes off of emotions. They give their takes off of what they think and what they feel. instead of looking at the game and being able to properly analyze what the fuck is going on. And because of that, they're very late to the party. I had this conversation with y'all March of 2024. I had this conversation with you all. February of 2024. I had this conversation with you all when Raheem Morris got hired. And I said, this is what we gonna be subjected to. This is what we got to look forward to. What you see going on right now is what I told you was gonna have to look forward to. Incompetence. Unable to move the ball when you need to be able to move the ball. Unable to make the correct calls when you need to make the correct calls. Unable to manage the game properly. Why? That's been Raheem Morris' MO since he's been a head coach in the NFL. When he was in Tampa Bay, it was an issue. He hadn't done anything to give you any kind of belief in him as a head coach. Nothing. You know who a real good team or who a real good player coaches? Position coaches. Coordinators. No head coach. No head coach. Greatest attribute should be that they're liked by the players. That's your biggest attribute. Players like them. Your biggest attribute is that other coordinators in the league, other head coaches, other team managers, and players, they really like you a lot. That's your biggest attribute. That's what Arthur Blank went off of when he hired Raheem Morris. But God forbid Blakberry for saying anything negative or critical about our philanthropist and just good-hearted and stand-up citizen owner Arthur Blank. When it's clear as day, the dude don't know how to hire the right people. Miss me with he hired a hiring firm. He hired a hiring firm to do it for him a year or two ago. So that's his decision because he's incompetent. Then he did his own hiring. He did his own hiring. And he hired Raheem Morris. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing as a franchise? What are we doing? Is this just all about just being a place to go on Sundays? Is this all this is about? Something to do on a Sunday afternoon. Go to a football game. It ain't, if we wasn't the Falcons, it'll just be a football game. Just go to, we got this real nice state-of-the-art stadium. We got these great concession prices. Go to a football game on Sunday in Atlanta. It don't matter who's playing there. We go on the road to the Jets. It's cold. And it's a little wet. And football was created in the North. Football is a cold and wet weather sport. When I played football, once you get out there, and once you get them hand warmers on you, and you get to playing, that field heat is all you need. You get to the sideline, you get the hand warmers on you, keep your knees and your arms and stuff warm on the sideline. When you get back out there on the field heat is out there. If I hear one more motherfucker talk about, well, the offense, they struggled early because it was cold and it was wet. And shut the fuck up. You don't know a goddamn thing about playing goddamn football. If you think being cold and wet gonna stop somebody from being able to perform well on a goddamn football field. Yeah, it might be some slips and some drops here and there, but you still got to show up. You still got to perform. Man, listen, let me show some love to the chat real quick before we get back to these reactions. Who we got up in here, man? We got Georgia, Texas boy up in here. What's up with you, Georgia, Texas boy? We got DB Elf 1102 in the building. What's up with you? He say Raheem done. That motherfucker been done. He been done. He been done, DB 1102. He been done. He been done. Right now, he burnt. He burnt right now. Right now, he that piece of that part of the rib between the bone and the cartilage that you let the fire get to a little too long on the grill. He burnt. He crispy. Crispy. What's crazy is though, your owner probably not gonna fire him. Watch what I tell you. We got Jonte Rozier up in here. He say, what it do, Blakberry? What's up with you, man? What's happening? We got Bernard Cantrell in the house. What's up with you, my boy? We got Southside in the building. He say, bro, this team a joke. You couldn't put this team on Laugh Out Loud without it, and it wouldn't succeed. Go put Falcons games on Laugh Out Loud and watch what happens. Go put Falcons games on Laugh Out Loud and watch what happens. It's gonna be the most viewed. It's gonna be the most viewed thing on Laugh Out Loud. I guarantee it, because it's funny as hell watching this bullshit. It's funny. We got free games. Like we got Zay in a bag in the building. What's up with you, my boy? He said, "Motherfucker, blaming Kurt." Shake my head. Content creators that do any reacting today, that actually sit up here and try to go on about Kirk Cousins not being able to move out the pocket. Kirk Cousins this. Kirk Cousins that. Kirk Cousins made the throws he needed to make today. He made the throws he needed to make. And they either got dropped or it was just good defense. But that's it. None of today is on Kirk Cousins. None of it. Kirk Cousins did good. He stood firm in the pocket and went over his progressions. Kirk Cousins demanded the offense. He commanded the offense. None of today is on Kirk Cousins. Fuck what the fuck else done happened before today. Today, none of it on Kirk Cousins. And for any some bitch that want to say it is, that's just because you just a stupid motherfucker. And that's point blank period. We got ATL 251 up in here. What's up with you, ATL 251? He said, fire Terry ass already. He is in the 5th year of mediocrity, and we are expecting a championship caliber GM, and that's not Terry. That's what ATL 251 say. I don't agree with him, but some of y'all might. Some of y'all might. Who else we got up in here? We got 3 Duddy, one of the OGs in that gang. What's going on with you? We got Art Game 3180. He say Raheem been trash. What, since last week? Since last week, trash day, that motherfucker. That motherfucker last week trash day trash. He the trash you forgot to take to the curb the week before. And it's a holiday coming up, so you still ain't gonna be able to get it out the next week, so you can't get it out till 2 weeks later. He that trash. That's the goddamn trash your boy Raheem Morris is. He goddamn last week forgot to take out the trash. Trash. What's up with you, East Side man, Atlanta? What's up with you? Who else we got up in here? We got John Kemp, 1948 in the building. Jamal Agnew was trash. Terry Agnew needs to be fired because he has not. What I said, I don't know what I just called that man. Terry Fontenot needs to be fired because he has not built the winning NFL roster signing trash like Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney wasn't trash before this year. This some bitch can't catch a cold now. What this is I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. We got a little break, right? The NFL gods gave us breaks as a fan base. They gave us breaks. We were always meant to struggle as a team. Okay? We like the Israelites. We was always meant to struggle. It's our destiny to struggle like a motherfucker. But the gods gave us some breaks. They gave us Deion Sanders in the too legit to quit era. Give us something to get, we can bang head bounce to the Falcons. Okay. We got MC Hammer out there. We jigging, we jiving. Hey, man, we can goddamn bang head bounce to these Falcons, man. We like this. Red and black. Oh, yeah, too. And we like them colors, too. Red and black, yeah. Then some more bullshit happen. Deion Sanders goes somewhere. He don't even get a second contract in Atlanta. He go on and win championships with two franchises that were one was definitely our rival in the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s, the San Francisco 49ers, and then he go to the Cowboys and win one. So Deion happens. So, oh man, that's demoralizing. That's demoralizing. And then Brett Favre happens. Well, when he playing with the Falcons, yeah, he was drafted by the Falcons. Oh, well, he's a Hall of Famer, but not with the Falcons. He's a champion, but not with the Falcons. He transcended the league, but not with the Falcons. But then we get a break, right? We get a break. Then we get the 98-99 season, and we go to the Super Bowl. But we act like we ain't been there before. And the God say, I tried to give y'all a break, but I got to remind you, you're supposed to struggle. The God said you're supposed to struggle, Falcon fans. You're supposed to struggle. You're not supposed to win. You're not supposed to win. You're supposed to struggle. So we went right back to less than mediocrity. We weren't even mediocre no more. But something happened a couple years later and we draft Michael Vick. And it's the Michael Vick experience. And the guy say, I'm going to give y'all a break. Go ahead. Be happy. Be excited about old Michael. Be excited about the guy that's going to change the game. But I got to remind you again. I got to remind you again. You're supposed to struggle, Falcon fans. You're not supposed to win. Dog fight. Peter. Y'all know that when Peter really took off? That's when Peter had his highest grossing. Peter had his highest grossing. What it called? Donating year. It's the year that Vic got caught dog fighting. Well, he wasn't dog fighting, but his people was in his house. I mean, hell, he was doing it too. Shit, he was putting some money on that shit too. Ooh, he was. But it is what it is. Motherfuckers fight dogs all the time in the hood. Motherfuckers fight chickens. They got motherfuckers. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. You know how they send a horse out the damn gates? They poke him in the ass with a needle. That ain't goddamn pet or animal cruelty. Come on, man. Them goddamn rich folks, they fight human beings in basements and shit. Come on. What we talking about? Y'all worried about goddamn dog fighting each other. Them motherfuckers need to fight. That's how they learn how to protect the goddamn house. That's why they man best friend. I don't give a fuck today. Today I don't give a fuck. Content creators out here want to make this about Kirk Cousins? And this man made all kind of throws today that was dropped. Look at this shit. I got the game playing over again right now. I'm watching David Seals. I'm watching Cousins to Seals. That's what I'm watching right now. That's what I'm watching. But we got content creators that want to skip over the injury bug. We got struck by the injury bug, y'all. We got struck by the injury bug. It's okay. It's okay when you losing like this because you ain't got all your horses out there. Stop being so in your feelings. Stop being so in your feelings about losing when you supposed to. One, it's your destiny to lose. That's one. Two, you ain't got your horses. No Drake London. We done had offensive line issues all year long. Clearly, Kyle Pitts, either he just not consistent enough or this stupid ass offensive coordinator just don't know how to draw up a play for a goddamn tight end in the middle of the goddamn field and using that as a goddamn mismatch on safeties and linebackers. It's all that. But that's why you don't pay this motherfucker neither. If you Terry Fontenot, you only extend Kyle Pitts. You franchise tag him, then you trade his ass off. But you sure hell don't goddamn extend him. If what the Falcons going through right now, offensively, don't show you that Kyle Pitts is not the guy for you to extend. He sure hell ain't finna set no. Now listen, I'll extend the motherfucker if it don't mean setting the market for tight ends. But if this motherfucker wants the market, if he's trying to set the market, that motherfucker can go. Franchise ass, then trade the motherfucker. Who else we got up in here? 3 games. Zay, boy, my boy Zay in a bag holding it down in B-Town. What's up with you, my boy? We got Red Swarm up in here. You said 5 Marquis Wills, special teams coach, and let and him take Zach Robinson Wilson. Boy, little Marquis Williams, when they changed that damn kickoff rule, he ain't knew how to back. He just ain't dealt with the new damn special teams rules at all. He ain't dealt with it good at all. He ain't dealt with it good at all. Shout out to Mike Ford for still being able to perform well on special teams, even with Marquise Williams putting a terrible special teams product on the field. The players too. It ain't just Marquise Williams. These niggas on special teams just ain't goddamn. If it wasn't for Mike Ford and Tyler Algier on special teams, everybody else is ass. If it wasn't for Mike Ford and Tyler Algier on special teams, the rest of these special teams players are ass. And that's period. Who else we got up in here? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. We got Ghost Peppers in the building with the home team in the red and black. What's up with you, my boy? We got King Richie in the house, man. What's up with you? That's one of the loyal compadres of the channel. What's going on with you, King Richie? Who else we got up in here? We got Kashido in the building with the yurt. What's going on with you, my boy? He said, I fell asleep on that game. Wake up. We lost on a field goal. Fire everybody. Hey, man. I was asleep for the whole first half. Your boy had a long excuse me. Your boy had a long day yesterday. Didn't get no sleep. Went to work last night. Got off this morning. Probably got home. Had to go run an errand when I got off work. Didn't get home till somewhere around about 10 o'clock. About 10 o'clock this morning. So when I finally closed my eyes, I was done. It was night for your boy. And when I lifted my head up next, it was already the first half had went off. We was already back from halftime and everything. It was like a few minutes left in the damn fourth quarter. So I slept through the third quarter too. I had to go back and watch this goddamn game. I watched how it ended. Then I went back and watched this shit. And for any some bitch want to sit up here and try to make Kirk Cousins the talking point for the day, you a simple motherfucker. You simple as fuck. And you late to the party. But anybody, let me make this clear too. What's up with Jay Holland? Got Jay Holland in the house. Let me make this clear too. But any motherfucker that's late to the party on we need to hire the right people, that's because you done had your nose or your head too far up your own ass all goddamn for the past however many damn years you've been watching the Falcons. You done had your head so far up your ass that now you want to make the talking point today. Now you want to make the talking point today that we need to we need to get the right people in here to do the job. Y'all want this motherfucker right here. Let me help. Let me help out. Let me help out some content creators that's late to the party. Let me help out some of the content creators that's late to the party. This motherfucker right here, your owner. This motherfucker right here is why you can't get the right people in here. Off the blank. Love you to death. You're a philanthropist. You do good for the city. You got a heart of gold from the outside looking in, from what I can tell. You're a smart businessman, but you're a dumbass goddamn, you got dumbass football sense, and you don't know how to, you just dumb. You just do dumb fucking shit when it comes to the Falcons. You just do dumbass shit when it come down to the Falcons, bro. Simple as that. Rich McKay ass need to fucking go. Beatles need to go. You need to let Terry Fontenot hire him a staff. That's what you need to do. You need to let Josh Blank understudy under somebody else on on another team. Get Josh Blank away from the Falcons for a little while. Not for long. Just let him go goddamn understudy under somebody for a couple years. And let Terry Fontenot cook over here. Let him cook. Let Terry cook. You can't deny the talent. On paper, this is probably, in my opinion, on paper, this is the most talented football team in the NFC South. In the NFC South especially, but in the NFC. This is the most talented football team in the NFC. You go from every position on this roster, somebody is an all-pro talent. Excuse me. Somebody in every position is an all-pro talent. That's something we're gonna do that this week. We're gonna do that. That's what we're gonna do this week. That's what we're gonna do this week for Arthur Blank. We're gonna do this for Arthur Blank. This for you, Arthur. This for you this week. What we're gonna do later on this week, I don't know what day. Hold on, let me see what I'm gonna do. Should I do it tomorrow? Nah, I can't do it tomorrow. Man, well, maybe I should do it tomorrow. That's probably the best time I got. Let me see. My schedule kind of open for tomorrow. Rest of the week is not really that open. So tomorrow, this is what we're gonna do tomorrow. For let's be clear, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, between 4 and 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a list down every position on this team of all pro caliber players. And we're gonna submit that shit because it's gonna be submitted because it's gonna be recorded here on YouTube. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tag the Atlanta Falcons in that shit. We're gonna tag the Falcons. We're gonna tag the Atlanta Falcons, and we gonna attention that shit to Arthur Blank. And I want him to see that there's no way in the blue hell that you have all this all pro caliber talent on this team, and you 3-8 or 4-8. What is it? 4-8? And you 4-8? Is you, Arthur? Get out your own way. Get out your own way, bro. Who else we got in here? I know I ain't just seen no damn Michael Walker in this damn chat. So, boy, y'all trying to fire your boy up. They say we don't have depth on special team. We be having Algier running with them. My cup almost empty. My cup almost on empty, y'all. It's on empty. So that means I'm gonna talk to y'all for a few seconds, for a few more minutes. Then I'm gonna take a little intermission. I'm gonna fill my goddamn cup back up. Listen, why in the hell Tyler just playing every goddamn special team snap? I can understand one. I can understand them playing punt team or something like that. McKay, Raheem, Zach, and special teams and conditioning coach all need to go. Ghost Pepper say Michael Walker made a huge hit on Agnew today. Was that Michael Walker made that hit? You lying. That's probably the first time that motherfucker done seen some action all goddamn year. Who else we got up in here? We got Darius Glover up in the building. What's up with you, Darius Glover? He say, what up, Blakberry? I'm off this bus with Falcons 60-year of failure. Off the blank ain't hit shit. I'm blaming on him and his boyfriend. I don't know who his boyfriend is. AJL 251 say, do we not have strength and conditioning coach? Y'all know something? It ain't just the Falcons. The whole goddamn league having an issue with injuries. This been one of the most injury-riddled seasons across the board for players around the league. A lot of it got to do with not just strengthening and conditioning coaches, but it's the nutritionists that they putting on these teams too. For some reason, motherfuckers don't want to eat meat no more. Everybody a goddamn rabbit. Everybody think they can live off leaves and water. Y'all motherfuckers need meat. You see these right here? Canines. Canines, motherfucker. Canines are in your mouth for a reason. It's for ripping fucking meat. You got these motherfuckers for a reason. Hell, I got a lot of them in my goddamn mouth. I'm a goddamn meat eater. I'm a goddamn carnivore. A predator. I'm a predator. In the jungle, nigga. Pause. I'm a goddamn carnivore. You're a carnivore. You got canines in your goddamn mouth for a goddamn reason. And then you're sitting out here, you're playing a goddamn sport that you're going to get your body banged up a lot. Your body's going to get banged up. You need meat on your bones. You need protein. You need protein. You need calories. You're playing a goddamn sport, but you finna put your body in a car wreck every single week. You finna put your body in a car wreck every single week. You need to eat meat. And I ain't talking about I can't believe it ain't meat. I can't believe it ain't goddamn beef. I ain't talking about that shit. I ain't talking about no unbelievable burger. I ain't talking about none of that shit. Then we got this grass-fed shit now. Last time I goddamn checked, cows eat fucking grass all the time, always, forever, since the beginning of forever, motherfuckers. Eat some goddamn meat. That's just the bullshit. That's the bullshit. Strengthening and conditioning coaches, nutritionists. These motherfuckers don't even know how to use ankle tape no more. They don't even know how to wrap their ankles up no more to make sure that they got support on their goddamn feet. Wrap the goddamn joints up. Wrap up the joints tight. Ankles, wrists. Wrap the motherfuckers up. Get your ass out there and play some football. What the fuck is going on in today's world? Everybody is soft. Everybody's soft. Even these. Who else in here, man? This goddamn team, boy, I tell you, boy. Raymond Collins up in here. What's up with you, Raymond Collins? Say spit them facts. Boy, I'm telling you. Motherfuckers will listen. See, you ain't got no choice. Some of these content. See, I'm glad it's more of us now. It's more Falcon content creators now. And oh yeah, I'm keeping up with these house games too. Keeping up with this house game. Yeah. It closed. They neck and neck with them Sixers right now. 57-58 halftime. They're down a point at half. Listen, man. I'm glad it's more of us now. Because who y'all been subjected to listening to been giving y'all all this emotional shit all these goddamn years. When it come to having sports takes that are based off of rants. I can rant all goddamn day. But let's do this. But then what I'm gonna do for y'all. Let me show y'all how to properly analyze and break down some shit after watching it and then after looking at some goddamn tape. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's do this. So, today's game, these were your game leaders. Kirk Cousins was 21 of 33 for 234 yards with a touchdown. And he had a pick too. I don't know why that ain't on here. But he had a pick too. Tyrod Taylor was 19 of 33 with 172 yards and a touchdown. And we lost. 19 of 33 ain't good. He had the same amount of attempts, had 2 less completions than Kirk Cousins, who was 21 of 33. And you can count about 4. Hold on, no, let me think. You can account maybe about 5 of these incompletions from Kirk Cousins on the last 2 drives. David Seals dropping a wide open goddamn crossing route. Darnell Mooney dropping a wide open goddamn slant, dropping a slant that goddamn, I don't even know what that was. I got to go back and watch that damn play. I can't remember what that route was. But I know Seals was a crossing route, and Darnell Mooney dropped some shit that goddamn Kirk Cousins put right in his goddamn, put right up on it in his damn, up in his diamond, put it right up in his diamond, right up in his square, and he dropped it because he was scared he was finna get his ass popped by Isaiah Oliver of all people. Bijan Robinson, 23 carries, 142 yards and a touchdown. How the fuck you lose this game, bro? Breece Hall, 19 carries, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. How the fuck you lose this game? Kyle Pitts, 7 receptions for 82 yards, no touchdowns. He's the leading receiver in the game. Adonai Mitchell, 8 receptions, 102 yards with a touchdown for the Jets. Tyler Algier, 8 carries for 20 yards, only 2.5 yard average. Some of those carries were stupid ass play calls, like going into I don't know if you call it a wildcat, but I guess you got to call it. No, you can't call it a wildcat. I don't know what the fuck you call that goddamn formation with damn Felipe Franks, but it was a split backfield. It was like a wing T split backfield, and you pitch it to Tyler Algier. Huh? So you got a guy taking the ball from center. That's a tight end. So that's a power. That's a power guy in that case. That's a power That he's considered a power back in that situation. Felipe Franks. You got another power back lined up split with your quarterback. It's some things you're not supposed to be able to explain it because they're so stupid. Some things you're just not supposed to be able to explain because of how stupid they are. Devin Tompkins, 1 carry for 5 yards. This is a receiving game today. Kyle Pitts, 7 for 82. We went over him already. No touchdown. He had 8 targets, 7 receptions. That's good for Kyle. That's great. But we need him in the touchdown category here. Right here, under TD, we need that to be at least a 1, not a 0. Bijan Robinson, 5 receptions, 51 yards. Your top 3 receivers are not even receivers. Your top 3 receivers are not even receivers. Tyler Algier is the 3rd receiver on this list. He's the 3rd best receiver in this game today with 2 receptions for 35 yards. Targeted twice, caught it twice. Darnell Mooney, targeted 5 times, only 2 catches. I don't know how the hell I don't know what cliff Darnell Mooney went and stood on and decided to just leap the fuck off of. But that motherfucker is free falling. He is free falling. Oh boy. Y'all want some more? Y'all want some more highlight? Hold on. Y'all want some more? But fuck that shit. What's the goddamn point? What's the point? What's the point? Who else we got in here, man? We got T Terry up here. He say, what's happening? What's up with you, T Terry? We're reacting. We straight into the reaction today, boy. We straight into the reaction. What's up with your Michael? Johnny Kim say, I disagree with you on how many all-pro players on the Falcons. We might have 3 third-team all-pro. I say all-pro caliber. I say they could be all-pro if we was playing like a team that had all-pro talent on it. You just got to go down the damn list. God damn. Don't worry, we're going to do it tomorrow. John Kemp, we're going to do it tomorrow. We're going to do it tomorrow. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Let's Be Clear. And we'll see if you agree with me or disagree with me after tomorrow. I know you going over it right now. You probably going down the list right now, but just be here tomorrow. Just be here tomorrow. But Narcantrell say this team don't have no identity whatsoever, and this what do you say? And this bonehead coaching staff got to go. Santa, I just want this coaching staff gone for Christmas. Santa Claus. Oh, Santa Claus. Your nuts roasting on an open fire. I just don't know what it team. Oh man, he said, yeah, they tried to add an interception to Kurt's name. Shaking my head. But he did have that one pick. Goddamn Jonathan fucking Vilma. Fucking Jonathan fucking Vilma, y'all. I feel like every time this motherfucker commentate one-eyed games, we lose. Every time. Second half for the Hawks done started. It's 60-57 Sixers. Look like ain't no goddamn defense being played in that game. We got what Ghost Pepper said. He said, funny how players on well-coached teams don't have execution issues. Player effort execution is a reflection of the staff's preparedness. See, the things that go hand in hand with one another in sports. When you have good coaching, you'll have good players. That's why there's levels when it comes to. That's why I say in football, you can make it to the playoffs. Anything can happen. But basketball don't work like that. Because even with good coaching, if the player talent still ain't good enough, then you ain't gonna go but so far in the playoffs. You might have great coaching, but the players just ain't good enough to execute what the coaches is preparing them to be able to go out there and do. In football, as long as the coaching is good and you have a running game, hold on. I'm gonna take that back. As long as the coaching is good and you can dominate in the trenches, you can get away with the other shit. You can get away with everything else. The great coaching and being able to be dominant in the trenches can take you all the way in football. It really can. It can take you all the way. If the damn Kansas City Chiefs ain't showed you that, I don't know who done showed you that. Because they running game has not been there really. Pacheco, he's good for what they do with him. But Pacheco ain't nothing to goddamn sneak or smile at. You know what I'm saying? Or the wink at or whatever the fuck they say. 62-60 Sixers. The Kansas City Chiefs have had great coaching, and they've been able to dominate in the trenches when it mattered the most, on defense especially. And Patrick Mahomes doing some goddamn witchcraft. That's just what it is. It can take you a long way. It can take you a long way. Ray McConnell say, owner of the restaurant just won't let the head cook. You got to let Terry cook, man. You got to let him cook. You got to. They say Mooney had the same issue in Chicago. His second year, he went over 1,000 yards. And then his last 2 years, he barely could crack 500 yards. That's why they moved on from him. He too inconsistent. But this boy dropping the goddamn. This boy can't catch a cold. This boy couldn't catch a 50-pound baby out the womb. He couldn't catch a 50-pound baby out the womb. Y'all let that one sit on your goddamn. Let that one sit on your brain for a little bit. Let that one sit on your brain. Let that one sit on you. He said the team is a reflection of the coaching staff and the organization. Yeah, Mooney. Yeah, you know what? Yes. The way the Falcons lose games is a reflection of the coaching, of the organization. That's what it is. We can have the most close games out of any team in the history of the NFL. We are going to lose them in the most unexplainable, fashionable way. There hasn't been a team that you have to literally diagnose their losses and break it down as if you would for how a team won, like the Falcons. You got to break down a Falcons loss the way you would break down a win for anybody else. Just to understand how in the fuck did it. How did you lose this game? With every opportunity that you had, how did you lose this game? I'm going to tell y'all straight up. I think Kyle Pitts is too goddamn inconsistent. But I also think that his play caller don't do him no fucking favors. Give Kyle Pitts more opportunities in the middle of the field. Give them more opportunities in the middle of the field. Give them more jump ball opportunities. Give him more opportunities to be able to box out smaller guys. We don't give him enough of those opportunities. We're trying to do too much with him on the run. You're trying to do too much with him on the run. You supposed, if he sneaked behind a defense, that should be something that you caught them slipping on because they done had to stay in his hip pocket so much of the game because he been boxing out your DBs and linebackers. Catching him over the top of somebody or catching him getting a step on somebody should be a luxury, not a necessity. But Zach Robinson don't understand that. He don't understand that. He don't understand because he's a dumbass. He's dumb. He's dumb. Raheem Morris is dumb. And Arthur Blank does dumb things. I can't call him dumb, but he do dumb shit, like hiring dumb coaches. Ghost Pepper say, home team, Mooney couldn't catch a loaf of bread. We've been losing the same way for years. Blank and his right-hand man, Rich McKay. Been losing the same way. We keep losing the exact same way. And sometimes we don't even realize we lost in that way because we'll be looking at like the game, like, and then we'll go look at the analytics, we'll go look at the numbers, and then we'll go look at everything else that happened prior to the end, and we'll be like, how? How? Just how? He trash, man. He say, knowing Mooney history in Chicago, Terry Fontenot signed this trash. Just let Terry cook and see what you get. You got to get out your way, Arthur Blank. You got to get out your way. You got to get out your way. You got to. We got Terry Lloyd over here. You say, what's going on? What's up with you, Terry Lloyd? Get out your own way, Arthur. The best thing you've done for this franchise is hire Terry Fontenot. I don't care what nobody say. Since Matt Ryan's departure, the best thing you've done is hire Terry Fontenot. And I know a lot of people they need to fire Terry. Terry got to go. 5 losing seasons. It fall on the GM. Your GM doing his job because management told us that it wasn't up to him who the coach was. It wasn't up to him who was on the coaching staff. It wasn't up to him who all of the personnel was going to be. He had to collaborate with coaching that he did not hire for personnel. And considering him having to do that, you look at what you have on this roster and you can't be mad at what you got on this roster. You look at how he's conducted contracts. The Kirk Cousins contract, because of how large of the number that it was, it threw a lot of people, it threw everybody for a loop. Like, really? You gonna get it dude $180 million, guarantee him 100 of it, and he coming off a torn Achilles, and he's already a statuesque quarterback, which is what I've been saying ever since we learned we was gonna get him. It's really what you're gonna do. But then we looked at the contract and how it was broken down, and we're seeing he was getting 90 of that million very early in his tenure, which was in the first 2 years of his tenure. This is the second year. So his contract over the next couple years don't really hurt us all that much. It really don't hurt us at all after next year, period. So it wasn't a bad contract. We just was looking at the circumstances, really. Everybody else's contract, you got a lot of 1 year. We've had a lot of 1 year contract players on this team since Terry got here. So you've always had the ability to be able to part ways with guys that you didn't look at it being your core on your team. AJ Terrell is looked at to be the core. Jesse Bates is looked at to be the core. Your offensive line was looked at to be a part of your core. The Chris Lindstroms, the Caleb McGarry's, the Jake Matthews, even though we did a good job of reconstructing his contract, I think one time. We know he on his way out the door. 71-69 Sixers. They is what they cannot. Come on, Hawks. Play some goddamn defense. Shit. It might be 100. They might score 100 goddamn points before the fourth quarter. But that's what this fan base don't. And I can try to help y'all understand that and get that, but really, you just got to understand the numbers. You just got to understand how the contract works. You just got to really understand how the contract works. And then you got to look at, well, what else does he bring to the table, Terry Fontenot? Well, he brought you in the talent that you have on the defensive side of the ball in the draft and in free agency and on the trade blocks. He's done a good job bringing in the personnel in 2025. Well, it was his sole responsibility this year. That's why during the draft, when everybody was trying to goddamn jack off Jeff Ulbrich for the Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. picks, Terry the one brought them guys in. He the one was able to orchestrate it to where you could be able to get a James Pierce Jr. who had a big sack today in a very critical moment. But we can't keep asking for these playmakers to make plays and bail you out of situations and you can't capitalize on offense. So now we got to do that for offense. And we know Bijan Robinson, but Bijan Robinson relies on one, somebody to give him the ball, and two, an offensive line to protect him. Same thing for a receiver. He requires somebody to throw him the ball. So what's the next? So what's the solution on offense? If we got a Kirk Cousins today who made the throws that he needed to make today. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is the answer for this team at quarterback. But as far as today goes, he made the throws. And because you didn't have your number one receiver, and you had all these question marks that he got to throw to, and I'm including Kyle Pitts in on that, you were unable to execute. So, in my closing, man, I'm going to just say this. I'm so glad there's more of us for y'all to pay attention to now. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Because y'all been subjected to listening to some straight up bullshit for years from some of these early content creators that were fortunate enough to get started when they got started. But you got more of us now that you goddamn pay attention to. We gonna tell it like it is and not just how we feel. Everybody want to go into a goddamn rant and let that be the basis of what you're saying. Listen, this is not this football team, this Falcons team. They ain't even worth all that goddamn blood pressure and raising your goddamn blood pressure. They ain't even worth all that until Arthur Blank figure out how to get the right people in here. And it's really just him getting out his own goddamn way. He's the passive-aggressive version of Jerry Jones. I said it. And I meant it. Arthur Blank is the passive-aggressive version of Jerry Jones. Do with that with what you will. Do with that with what you will. They tell everyone say Terry has seen 2 head coaches in 5 years. The third, he goes with him. And the reason why he should go with the third, ATL 251. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. The reason why he should go with the third. Hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay. So what it looks like is ATL 251. I done kind of did I kind of did I kind of sway your opinion a little bit on the firing Terry? Because you got me thinking. You said the third. Raheem is the second. So you saying he should get an opportunity, ATL 251. Before I get up out of here, I just want to be clear with ATL 251. So you're telling me that you're on board with him getting an opportunity to hire his own head coach. And then if that doesn't work, then he goes with that guy. Let's make sure. I want to make sure ATL 251. That's what I'm hearing. That's what because when I read this, I realized he said the third one he got to go. So you're giving him a chance, ATL 251. So you're giving him a chance. That's all I want to know. Because ATL 251, he was on. He had a whole Rex pit. He had a whole bring it to the pit, arguing why Terry need to be fired. So it looked like he's saying Terry don't need to be fired. Now that's what it looked like we saying. I might. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Arcane say, I agree with that. I agree with that too. I agree with that too. That to me, that's the compromise with Terry that you make if you alter blame. You say, listen, I know I haven't given you all the chips. I know I ain't. I know I haven't given you all the chips. But now I'm gonna give you all the chips. And I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna get my guys out the way. And I'm going to get out the way. I'm going to let you do your thing, Terry. Now, whoever you bring in here, you better make sure he the right guy to do this in a couple years. Because he only going to get 2 years to prove his worth. Well, whatever head coach he get in here, ain't going to be no 3 year. This ain't going to be no 3-year tryout. This ain't going to be no 3-year tryout, Terry. Whoever you get in here, after Raheem Morris, if Raheem Morris get fired, because I'm not sold on that he even gonna get fired yet. But if Raheem Morris is fired, you get one shot, Terry, to get the right head coach in here. And that coach only gonna get 2 years to prove his worth. That means the first year, we better be able to not say it was on him why some of these games was lost. And then that second year, we better be making a run for some jury. Hold on, what my jury is? We better be making a run for some jury. It's 2025. So that means if 2028 come and we ain't working on something like this, we ain't working on that jury. If 2028 come and we ain't staring down the barrel of a championship. If we can't do this after 2028, if we can't do this, you got to go, Terry. You got to go. If we can't do this in 2028 with the head coach that you hire, if we can't do this in February of 2028, you got to go. With that being said, y'all make sure y'all tune in this week, man. It's gonna be a good week, man. Listen, I cover the Hawks, I cover the Falcons, I cover the Dogs, I cover everybody, man. This week, it was a good thing. It was I don't celebrate Thanksgiving or none of that, but I do like to eat and I do like to parlay with family. So I had a good time this weekend, hanging with family, man, chilling with some family, eating good, and we'll be back at it this week with the content, man. So make sure you tune in Friday for Friday Night Live, where we are still doing the greatest University of Georgia football player of all time. The greatest University of Georgia football player of all time. Make sure you're tuning in Friday Night Live for that, so you can cast your vote, so that you can make your vote count. You got to be able to make your vote count. We're doing offensive line and wide receivers this week for the University of Georgia. Offensive line gonna be real short, of course, y'all already know that. And wide receiver group gonna be a little bit deeper. And we gonna close that voting out at some point with the running back room and the quarterback room. Now, tomorrow is Let's Be Clear. Well, tomorrow you want to be here tomorrow for Let's Be Clear because we gonna break down the all pro caliber players that we have on this roster, and we gonna make sure we attention that shit to the Atlanta Falcons so that they can see that Arthur need to get out his own goddamn way. And then make sure you're here for Fan Speak, which there's going to be a promo for at the end of this video. Make sure you stick around for that, for the promo for Fan Speak. That's on Tuesdays between 4 and 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the Rex Pit on Thursdays. Well, we like to come in here on Thursdays. We like to cut up a little bit on the Rex Pit. We don't have a Bring It to the Pit scheduled yet segment for the Rex Pit, but once I talk to a couple of people that want to be involved in that and want to participate, then I have a schedule. I have the next schedule. Bring It to the Pit for y'all. But y'all make sure you got the notification bell hit for all so you can see every time we get ready to drop content. It's time to pick things back up, man. We at the last month of the quarter of the fourth quarter. So your boy Blakberry finna be on it like a gremlin, man. So y'all make sure y'all tuning in all times, man. With the home team with Blakberry, that's Blakberry, no C, just the K. Catch us on the flip side, home team. Peace.